planet Dolan.
From spiders hitching a ride to long-forgotten weapons, we look at 8 disturbing things found inside human bodies. Hello there, my name is Nixium, Lord of the Dead, and today I will be reading the words on this here piece of paper for your enjoyment. Number 8. A Chinese man was admitted to the hospital after reenacting something he saw in a porno. Of course, he must have watched some really freaky shit because he ended up with, well, an eel in his intestine. Trying to escape his smelly prison, the 20-inch swamp eel chewed through the guy's colon and pierced his lower intestine. Surgeons spent all night operating to retrieve the poor eel, who died shortly after extraction. It was probably for the best though, because that eel probably was gonna suffer some serious PTSD after that ordeal. Let us hope that the next porno this guy gets ideas from is 2 girls, 1 cup, so that he can eat some shit. Number 7. Now when Dante Atello's wife says that he's kinda prone to accidents, you know she isn't messing around. Not only did this guy fire a nail into his head, he didn't know about it for 48 hours. He was hard at work one day when his nail gun slipped and it hit him in the head, and it only looked like a small scrape, so he didn't think anything of it. He drove his plow truck for 8 hours, he looked after the kids, took a nap. This guy's a boss. Dante is ridiculously lucky. The nail did not affect his motor functions, and neither did the brain surgery that he needed to remove it. Number 6. As any Australian will tell you, spiders are mostly harmless, except when they decide they want to use your body as their personal condo. While taking a holiday in Bali, an Australian man developed a strange red mark along his abdomen. Doctors discovered that a lonely itsy-bitsy spider had burrowed under his skin through an old appendix scar and had lived there for a few days. When he got back to Australia a few days later, he was finally able to kick the hairy freeloader out. He is lucky it died there and it didn't develop into some kind of chest-bursting alien thing, like in that one movie that I can't remember the name of. Number 5. A Chinese man named Li F1 was experiencing some splitting headaches for a few years until he finally decided to get it checked out. It turns out that he had been stabbed in the jaw by a robber, and he had been walking around with the rusty knife still lodged in his skull for 4 fucking years. What the shit, man? 4 inches of rusty steel somehow missed all the important stuff in his skull by a matter of millimeters. Doctors said that it was a miracle that the knife did not make him sick as it corroded. This guy is so hardcore, they should write death metal songs in his honor. Just picture it. Knife in my skull. I can't feel a thing. Bree, bree, bree. Actually, that ended up being a little more emo than it sounded in my head. Number 4. After 5 months of torturous abdominal pain, persistent nausea, and extreme weight loss, an 18-year-old woman finally decided to check herself into a hospital. When they x-rayed her stomach, they saw what they assumed was some kind of tumor. But when they opened her up, they found that it was a 10-pound furball. It turned out that the woman had been eating her own hair for years. The human stomach, much like a cat's stomach, isn't really equipped to digest hair. So if you eat a lot of it, it's just gonna grow into a hair baby that looks like Cousin It's kid. Yeah. Number 3. Tapeworms are gross. Even the name sounds gross. Sounds like a slimy tape measure that hangs out in your bowels. But having a tapeworm isn't that unusual. Finding one that's eating your brainstem, however, now that is a little bit more rare. Now that is exactly what they found in the brain of a woman from Arizona. She had picked it up from a taco in Mexico, where a guy who had poop on his hands handled her food. The eggs in his poop then went from her stomach to her brain, where it matured and it got a little bit peckish. At first, the doctors thought it was a tumor, but when they cracked her open, they found the hungry parasite instead. Now, if hearing this makes you obsessively wash your hands over the next few weeks, I completely understand. Number 2. There are all sorts of hazards when it comes to fast food. High sodium levels, dodgy meat products, and workers accidentally putting poop in your food. But John Manley didn't think that his habit of wolfing down fast food would lead to his kind of hazard. For years, he had suffered bouts of pneumonia, coughing fits that made him turn blue and pass out. I can only imagine what his sex life must have been like. When he finally started coughing up blood, he went to the hospital. Doctors dug around in his lungs, and they found a foreign object. A shard of a Wendy's fork that had been there for 2 years. John had somehow failed to notice that he had literally inhaled the piece of plastic as he was inhaling the rest of his meal. So a message to the folks at home: just because it's fast food, that doesn't mean you should eat it so fast that you don't see what's going on. Number 1. This guy had always wondered why his engorged belly looked like he was smuggling a watermelon. He was rushed to the hospital because he was having trouble breathing. Now, the doctors suspected that his enlarged abdomen wasn't actually a beer gut, but a tumor. That is, until they opened him up and found that he had been carrying around his twin that he had absorbed in the womb 36 fucking years ago. It's a very rare condition called fetus in fetu, where one twin has been absorbed but continues to leach the host's blood supply and nutrition, so the fetus continued to grow teeth, hair, and even genitals. So if you ever feel like someone is sucking the life out of you, remember, it could be worse. Alright, so I have yet another question for you guys. Have you ever had something happen to you that you just can't explain? Let us know in the Reddit page linked below, and you might be featured in a future countdown. Alright, I'm done. I'm going home.
It lives in your stomach and causes intestinal pains.
SpongeBob SquarePants!
Yes, that little yellow bastard was the cause of these parents' nightmares when their 16-month-old baby was taken to the hospital.